Thank you so much. Okay, Joyce says she's excited. And then welcome to Kimmy and to Joanne. I see you logged on. Please put in your welcome word and how you're feeling today. So I decided that today is going to be a bit of a different presentation for you. It's going to, what I've done, oh, Joanne's curious. Yes, of course you are. And Joanne, I can assure you after this, you're going to be getting hold of me saying, I want to do this, I want to do that. I basically took my phone and my camera reel, and I've done pictures, and I'm going to tell you and talk you through the experiences. But I want to start by saying that this trip was a mind blow for me, okay? And why I say a mind blow is because I've never, ever in the history of my travels, and I've been so fortunate enough to travel a lot, experienced so much sensation from every angle. I'm going to show you the food and the sound and what my eyes saw. It was just mind-blowing, actually. So that's what I can't wait to share with all of you. And the point of why I'm going to share this with you is that number one is I will never forget those experiences. Number two is I'm going to tell everybody I meet about them. In fact, I was staying with my brother. As soon as I went home from my one experience, what did I say? You have to go and try this. And he was like, right, we are going. And that's just what you want, right? Don't all of you want your clients to leave your business and say, oh my word, to their friends, you have to go there. Does that sound like something that you would love to have in your business? This absolute need or this addiction that clients get to wanting to come back to you. Okay, so this is us getting ready to go. I was fortunate enough to travel with 2 colleagues, so super exciting. I've put this slide in here because our last coaching session was about strategic alignment, where I shared 10 trends that you should be aligning your business with, okay? The reason I've put this here is because I'm going to show you how what I experienced is aligning to what is most definitely happening in the marketplace. And I was so chuffed to see that these trends are a reality. They are going down and they are happening. So we need to get onto this path, right? Okay, so the first one, or one of the trends that we chatted about, was mental well-being. Okay, so let me tell you about my mental well-being experience. I've got a combination of photos and video. So first of all, this is a infrared sauna. Okay, this didn't blow my mind because I've been in an infrared sauna before. What was interesting about this particular sauna is that I could choose my own music. So I could play whatever I wanted in my session inside, number one. Number two, which is a first for me, is I'll show the little clip again on the right-hand side, is I could change the lights to give my body the benefit of the light therapy that it needed while still getting the heat from the far infrared. So that was something a little bit different. So this was the preparation part of what came next. And what came next was unbelievable. So I'm going to show you some clips and I'm going to talk you through this. Okay, does everybody know what this is that they're seeing in front of them? I'm going to get inside. My earplugs, wait. Okay, there's the one.
Is it a flow tape?
Yes, who said that?
The granny in the industry, Mel.
No, granny, not.
Looks like we've momentarily lost Marisa. Let's just give her a minute, probably dealing with load shedding.
No problem. Thanks, Shani.
Okay, it looks like I'm the host now. So we've never experienced anything like this. So let's just give Marisa, I know that she does have a generator at home that does kick in, and then it obviously affects, there's usually a little switchover period, but she's never dropped off. So let's just give her a moment to come back on and accept our apologies, guys. It's obviously not ideal. Welcome to sunny South Africa. She's back. And you're on mute, Marisa.
I was just as well, I was on mute. I was saying, oh, my soul, my nerves. Okay. I don't know what is going on with the signal today. It really is up and down. Okay, are you back with me on the presentation?
Yes.
Yes, all good.
Okay, Divine. Just let me know if it changes, because I'm not sure if it's going to change. Okay, so here's when it's still lights on. Did it change? Did the presentation change?
Yes.
Okay, great. And now this is when lights are off, but I haven't obviously closed the pod yet because somebody's taking a picture of me. So I wanted to talk you through this. First of all, I want to ask a question. Has anybody ever been in a flotation pod? So not a flotation tank or a flotation pool, but a specific flotation pod. Lucia, yes. Where did you go in it, Lucia? Portugal, amazing. So this is the first time I have ever been in this pod looking thing. And I'll tell you what was the result of this treatment is the last thing I remember was putting the gentleman who checked us in said, put your hands above your head. I put my hands above my head after everything was closed. And that was me. When I say fell asleep, absolutely, that when I woke up because the jets of the machine started going. So it's an automated filtration system. And I actually didn't know where I was. So I must have been in such a deep sleep that when I woke up, I wasn't quite sure what was going on. I didn't really know where I was. That has never happened to me before in my life, ever. Never in a massage. I don't fall asleep in things like this. And then I tried to think back to, okay, what could have contributed to this? And there were a few different things. First of all, the pod closes. So you might think, claustrophobic. Absolutely not. It makes you feel safe and cocooned. Unlike if you float in a pool, you're very aware of, am I going to sink? In these pods or in the flotation tanks, is salt going to get in my eyes? Here they gave me earplugs, the best thing ever. They offered me a specific type of music to the result that I wanted. So I said that I challenged the gentleman who checked us in to put me to sleep. I said, because it's never going to happen. So he said, no problem. He put some music on, bizarre music, beats or whatever. I fell asleep, dead asleep. No salt got in my eyes. No water got in my ears. That little pillow support felt like I was completely and utterly safe. And then there was a little light in the background there. You could switch it off if you want to. And people who are a little bit more weary, leave it on. So I left it on. I just wanted to make sure that if my eyes do open, I'm going to see some light. Okay, so basically this is what the pod looks like, right? And what is it supposed to do? So alleviate stress. Let me explain what happened to me. As my back was in agony from the flight, I had instant pain relief from everywhere, from my head, from my back. I had absolute clarity of mind when I was done. And currently I'm suffering from brain fog. It's like a very real thing that's disturbing me at the moment. And I got out of there and I was razor focused. I think I could have written a book, or I was ready to conquer the world. So it was feelings that, and a feeling and a sensation inside me that I have never experienced before. So obviously what had happened is that it puts you into a deep meditative state where, I mean, most of us don't often go there, right? This is forcing your body to do it. So it does improve concentration and focus. It reduces pain. His main clientele, interestingly enough, is sports people as well as menopausal women. How interesting is that? And he says, really, I'm going to show you what their memberships look like, but people almost make this a part of their life. So let me go for my float session kind of thing. Lowers your blood pressure, lowers your heart rate, improves the quality of sleep, anxiety, reduces anxiety, and that kind of thing. Okay, then the other trend that we spoke about is the psychedelic revolution. Remember, I said to you, anything psychedelic, mushrooms, ayahuasca, ashwagandha, you name it. Well, in the exact same place, what did we get offered? So adaptogen coffees. So adaptogens, they range from using plants, mushrooms, and other substances in either a coffee or a tea blend. So for example, look here, this ground coffee had lion's mane mushroom. So it's a type of magic mushroom in it, and rhodiola. What's nice is, look what it said here. This mushroom blend helps you discover motivation, mental clarity, and focus. Great for short and long-term memory, brain fog, reducing procrastination. Then next to that, Zen coffee with CBD and ashwagandha, Mojo coffee with a different type of mushroom and ginseng. I was blown away, really blown away. Look here, gut health and digestive tea. So it depends on, you know, what you're needing in your body. Mood-wise, Nunga needs some of that. Mood-wise tea, okay? And this is recenter yourself. So when people are feeling sort of, you know, out of sync. Anti-inflammatory, natural anti-inflammatory tea, and then an antioxidant tea as well. And then a type of water. Now, I love this. So instead of having normal water, is people are willing to do things. For example, look here, this water contains 60 milligrams of magnesium. And that is what a sportsman want, right? And not only sportsmen, most of us at a lot of times in our life are magnesium deficient. So this is what people are looking for. Then it's got extras. Now you've got your water with ashwagandha, your water with theanine, very, very potent stress relief supplement, and then a different type of tea with vitamin C. Okay, then the memberships, Then the memberships, okay, I found this fascinating. So if you want to float once per month, if you want to float twice per month, and if you want to float once a week, so 4 times a month. And do you want to know, this venue has 2 float pods, 1 infrared sauna, and 1 sound therapy vibration lounger. Okay, so after I floated, I went on to another 20 minutes of specific sound therapy with vibration therapy on a lounger. And how many people do you think run this whole operation, by the way, everyone? So that means you can have 2, 3, 4 people having therapy at once, and 2 having these gorgeous teas, and because they've got quite a nice little lounge kind of area. Okay, so Nunga and Corin, you're right. 1 person, 1 at the front desk, done. Nobody else. So I was fascinated that 1 person is the person that was answering my emails, is the person that sent me the consultation form, all done electronically before I arrived, is the person that sent me the preparation for what to expect. And also they tell you to, before you enter the float pod, to find your outcome. So it says to you, there's a little sign on the wall that says, say what you want to get out of the session before you get in, manifest it, manifest your outcome. And he told me to think about that before I arrived there too. So it was quite strange for me. It was a challenge I'm never going to fall asleep. That was my biggest thing. And boy, oh boy, did my manifestation come out. So Laniel, I asked him that. So first of all, because there are, I can't remember exactly. So, I mean, I've got all the details to this because we're actually going to promote it quite heavily. From a consulting point of view, I don't know how many thousands tons of salt it has, right? And it has an automated filtration system. And the gentleman said that that's why he got 2. He does nothing. All he has to do every day is test the water to check that the pH is correct. And it tells him when he needs to top up with some salt. So he said there, exactly, salt is cleansing too, antibacterial, all the rest of it. They're quite strict there. You have to have a shower before you get into the float pot, and you have to have a shower when you get out of it. And you want to, because when you get out, the salt is real. You get out and you're white, covered in this thick silt. But it really is, you do not need staff. It has wellness benefits beyond comprehension that anybody could incorporate into any spa or salon business that they have currently. So it is an investment with a very good, very high return, and it really doesn't have much of a cost. It's got your initial salt setup cost and then a slight maintenance cost, but there's no commission costs and things like that involved. Okay. And Lucia said, you're right, the skin feels amazing afterwards. Will it work during load shedding? No, it won't. Nungo, we will need generators to run it. It doesn't need a lot of power. In fact, it will work. It just won't filter afterwards because you will float regardless. It needs to filter between sessions. Okay. All right. So that's number 1. Number 2. Wow. This is something that I don't have words to describe. So I'm going to go for it, try my best to tell you what happened here, show you some pictures and videos that are a bit weird, but anyway, have a look. This is called a Russian banya. Has anybody ever been to a Russian banya? Please say yes or no, so that I know who might be able to relate to what I'm going to tell them. No. No. Okay. So a Russian banya is pretty similar to a steam sauna room. Okay. The biggest difference is the humidity is much higher in a banya than it would be in a traditional steam or sauna, which gives you far greater health benefits. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is the ritual and the process that this treatment takes you through. Okay, and I'm going to take you through it first, and then you can see for yourself. And then if you've got any questions, I will answer them to the best of my ability. So first of all, this at the back wall here is all the celebrities that have been in there. There's Justin Bieber. I mean, there's lots, okay? And their little feedback on why they love going there so much. This hat is not for decorative purposes. You have to wear it during your banya session. It is there to prevent your hair from burning and your head from overheating, because remember, most of us experience a lot of heat through our heads. So that was quite weird for me to be wearing a hat in a treatment. Okay, so interestingly here too, I just didn't get a picture of the menu, but here you choose between different types of teas, different types of, psychedelic infused beverages. Also fermented beverages, which is very interesting. So very heavily promoting gut health at the same time. And then so interesting is the food that they give you. And they're quite specific. They say, please, you have to eat in between your rituals, your sessions, right? Everything is quite salty. It's all made by hand by the team on site. And it's specific to put back all the electrolytes in a natural way that your body loses during this treatment. Okay. So many mushroom goodies. Yeah, it is. What quite fascinated me to see, Laniel, was that the beverage options now on menus are no longer cappuccinos, and I didn't see it in any of the places I went to. It's all outcome-based infusions. So if it is water, it is specialized water. If it is coffee, it is specialized coffee. If it is tea, it is outcome-based tea. So that's what I found fascinating. And everybody, by the way, is charging. It's not complimentary. So you pay for those type of beverages. I asked at the places I went to, what's the uptake? They said absolutely zero problem to sell it. They're not expecting to get that for free, and they're far more willing to pay because they know that they're getting an additional benefit. Okay, so I'm going to try and explain what's going on here, right? These are the leaves that they say tap your body with. I would describe it as beat you with. Okay, you'll see in a minute. The whole idea here is, and you'll see the gentleman, the therapist who performs the treatment, is to stimulate your body with these leaves. And interesting, when the owner was describing what happens here, they ask you what intensity you want to be beaten, if I can put it in inverted commas, because so many people want to get to that pain, pleasure border, right? Laniel, it's oak leaves. They are evergreen leaves, and then they dip some eucalyptus leaves. You'll see it in a second, and they put it over your face. But the whole idea here is to try and push you to allow them to beat you as hard as you possibly can handle it for circulation, lymphatic drainage. It is absolutely undescribable, this treatment. So I'm going to show you clips because it might be the only way that you will get an experience, right? So there's the eucalyptus leaves, okay, over my head. So they dip it in ice cold water. This is how they make their steam. Yeah. So you can see here at the top is open. Yeah. Like, wow. So they pour water on a cast iron inside this oven, if you want to call it that. So it's all very scientific and specifically made for a specific outcome. Okay, so that's the first one. Next one. Okay, so I said, can you please go light on me? And you might think this looks like it's doing nothing. It was borderline painful for me. Okay, when he's doing that in the air, he's actually picking up the steam that has gone to the top of the room and pushing it down onto my body. So they create a heat sensation and then an actual feeling, stimulation sensation from those leaves. Bizarre. No music, no go. It's unbelievable. actually, I don't think I would have been able to concentrate on the music if there was. This was so nature. I felt like, I didn't feel like I was in a room. I felt like I was in the desert because it was so hot. The sensation is undescribable. So I'm going to show you another one now. I think yeah, it gets a little bit harder. He asked me, could you go a little bit harder? So I was like, oh, okay, I don't know about this. Okay, so that was just for me to get heat onto my back. So it brought down the steam. Did it affect my breathing? No, because I had the hat on my head and I had the eucalyptus leaves over my face. However, very interesting that there's always two therapists and they swapped places in between. So it must affect their breathing because they didn't have the wet plants over their face. Okay. Here's another one. Here it got a little bit sore. Now it looks like nothing. So Laniel, you said painful. So it wasn't painful yet for me. I think if he had gone any harder, I would have maybe got to that. Yes, singing a little bit. So interesting. When I do this again, I will say to them, I'd like them to go harder because now I know what to expect. There comes the other therapist. You see, they swap in between. Okay, so then, oh my word. Okay, here comes something undescribable, right? So they don't allow you to faff. I asked for, please let me get time to gather my breath, nothing. So here we go. Straight after that hot leaf beating, right? Yeah. Yeah. Ice cold. Then they send you to a barrel of ice cold water. Can I just pray? I asked him to allow me to pray and he said, no, get in. And you have to submerge your head. Yeah, Laniel, laugh. You laugh. Okay, then still not finished. Okay, then I thought, okay, this is great. It's over. They said, sit. And it was warm water. Followed by ice water. And warm and ice. And I'm like, okay, this is it. Are we done? It's enough. It's enough. Okay. All right. So, Laniel, I don't want to experience anymore. You do want to experience it. So what you're supposed to do is this whole ritual. Then you go and you eat. And then you come back and you do it all over again. So I asked how many times because here you can only book 2 sessions, morning session for 3 hours and afternoon session for 3 hours. This full treatment takes no longer than about 30 minutes, all of it. So I can understand how somebody would go rest, eat, and then go back for round number 2, rest, eat, go back. So you could do probably 4 rounds in those 3 hours. Or 3 rounds, 4 rounds easily, depends on how long you rest and the time. But basically, as you can see from this is taking your body absolutely from a cold to hot to cold to hot, but in such a sensorial way. Those leaves create a completely different dimension. And I can't deal with cold water either, Shani. The best part is they don't give you a choice. So, you can stand. I asked, give me some time. They were in. So, and it was great because I felt that blood rush. I felt again, maybe almost like I had instantly rejuvenated by 10 years when I was done with the session. So yeah, interesting this. So those are some pictures just so that you can get an idea of what it looked like. Okay, so that's the Russian banya. Again, what do I want to motivate all of you listening is instead of, so think about this, instead of building a traditional sauna, why are we not building banyas? Why not? This is not elaborate, as you can see, but it has power. It has a story. It has scientific results that it brings to your body. Everybody knows about the hot cold therapy, but here, because of how it's done, your body is forced into it. So this really, if I had to live in London, I would definitely take out a membership for floating and for this. 100% I would be there. It's just, it takes you beyond the realms of how you feel during a massage, because how you feel in a massage is the there and then, right? This is not only the there and then, but it takes you long later into that clarity of mind. Your body feels light. And I mean, I could probably feel like I could run a marathon, really. That's how energized I felt. Okay, so that was those two experiences. Then I want to share with what was happening at the show. So next up was Professional Beauty, a trade show that is huge compared to perhaps what we are used to here in South Africa. I would say maybe 10 times bigger, 10 times the exhibitors. And very interesting is what I took out of it is, number one is technology. Technology, 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 technology. Everywhere I turned is how, and it blew my mind because yes, technology advances every year, right? But this is next level stuff. And I've never seen so much of it at once. So something really massive that's made a huge comeback are these skin scanners. So from really fancy ones that you can see here on the side to a little bit more basic, but everything where you're keeping your clients' data, you are showing them the progress on their skin physically with a photograph, you're tracking their progress, and at the same time being able to prescribe not only treatments, not only products, but also treatments to get them to an end result to where they want to be. So one of the other trends that we spoke about were immersive experiences, right? Okay, and we spoke about sound therapy. Okay, so good golly, Miss Molly, was this evident everywhere there? Again, technology is again evident here. So this specific bed, they cover your eyes. So there's no VR in this specific treatment. You have sound therapy, and the bed that I was lying on was a vibrational experience bed. So as the music was playing, so the bed was moving according to what the music was. So let me give you an example. If there is a wave in the sea, the bed would make a wave sensation in it. If there was a fire crackling in the background, the bed would heat and you would feel like a little prickle on your body. It was immersive like I've never experienced before in my life. In fact, so immersive that Anna, my colleague, kept going up to her and pulling faces and laughing and absolutely zero clue that I was around. So completely takes somebody, and this is in the middle of an exhibition hall, by the way. Can you imagine in the privacy of a treatment room, the power that something like this can have? So there's different types of beds. I happen to be on the experience bed. This bed here on the right-hand side, I love it as well because it's a water bed and you can perform massages on the one on the right and all sorts of treatments on it. Whereas the one I was on is purely and only used for like an immersive treatment. Okay. Now I want you to see this. So have a look at this video clip and then I'll explain it.
This is like we have different protocols created, but then we also create a framework where the videos go down. If you want to try it, go.
Okay, so I didn't record it for long enough, but the clip on the left-hand side is a treatment bed where the music is created by the movement of the therapist. So depending on what movements she uses in her massage, the music is created based on the vibration and the movement that the bed feels. Unbelievable stuff, actually. And then this is the bed that I went onto, just to show you how they set it up. Hello. So straight away. And you can hear how loud it is in the background, and yet I heard absolutely nothing but what was going in my ears. So obviously noise cancelling at very advanced technology was going on there, right? Okay. So those kind of immersive technologies, sound therapy, vibration therapy, VR technology, it's definitely happening. And then last but not least, we spoke about technology-driven services. So, I mean, I didn't get pictures of it because there's just tons, but I have never walked through an exhibition ever in all the years of my being in this industry where I have seen so much equipment, so much technology. You could not believe it. It's what took up the bulk of the room, is how to make the experience more powerful, how to get better results, how to get quicker results, how to get a better experience, and so on and so on. So it was super evident in the exhibition hall that this is where the industry is going. So everybody, I hope that you've enjoyed this. And I hope that what I wanted to get out of today's session with you is for you to feel like I felt when I came back, or as I was experiencing this, is, oh my word, we can do so much more. We can take our businesses to the next level. We need to get on top of this trend that is happening in the marketplace. Okay. And there's so many easy ways that no matter what environment you're in, whether you're in a hotel spa, day spa, aesthetic center, doctor's practice, doesn't matter where you are for that matter, immersive technologies, sound therapy, taking all of these new things that are happening in the industry, these new trends that I showed you, and making sure that you're incorporating them in some way or another is what's going to make people say, oh my word, I'm going back and I'm going to tell everybody about it. Okay, so cool. Okay, everybody, I hope you loved that. Please give me is there any questions? Does anybody have any questions for me? Joanne, so exciting. Okay, pricing. So Joanne, did you see any tech that was new to you? Well, those beds, Shani, was very new to me. So where I see that being a challenge is that obviously that kind of tech is super expensive, right? Yes, the Guarini beds. But the point I want to make is that we have to start bringing in technology somewhere. So whether it's starting with just simple VR goggles or simple sound therapy where you block the eyes and you do the sound therapy as part of a pedicure, for example. That's what I'd like us to achieve. Because not everybody can have access to that kind of technology when it is first launched, because it is extremely, extremely expensive. In terms of pricing, Joanne, we are still busy getting all costings. I think what we want to introduce is definitely the flotation pods. I see a huge, huge opportunity for that, especially since the marketplace has become so health and wellness focused that you could put a flotation together with a massage and create memberships out of that in your businesses. So the Russian banyas, I'm going to recommend that if anybody wants to build a sauna, that they think twice and think about, okay, how do we become immersive with a sauna? Very simply, you create a Russian banya, because it is a natural substance. It's created out of nature. That cast iron oven that they have, that is all natural. Okay, so it really was something else. So I am getting all those costings in, and then we'll be able to hand them over. Okay. All right. So Shani's asking, is there anything else we can do for you in terms of technology advice? What do you want or need to hear about? Yeah, that would be great. Let us know. If there is a specific technology that you want to know about, let us know so that we can research and guide you in the best possible way. All right, everybody, can I have any other questions or your checkout words? And then it's time to say goodbye until next time. Oh, good. Nungo, blown away. That's why I thought the best thing to do is to just take my camera reel, my photos, my videos, and show you exactly that, and see if you could try and live through my photos, because it's one thing to see it and the next one to, for me to speak it. Lorato, amazing. Pleasure, Lucia. Pleasure, everybody. It is, Nungo, it's very intense and hard to describe, and that's why I thought I'd show you the video clips, because the sensations and the feelings I still have to try and find names for them, actually. Janelle, it was awesome to have you on today for a change. Love it. Could definitely start with my pedicure. Yes, VR experiences with your pedicures, 100%. Okay, everybody, lovely to have you here again. And then we'll see you very soon at our next coaching session. And I hope you have the most magnificent weekend, everybody. Cheers. Ciao, ciao.